Hi, welcome to the Lightside Podcast. My name is Charlotte. I'm your host, and I'm excited to get into today's conversation. First off, it's March 20th, the first day of spring, the first day of the new year. If you celebrate spring equinox as the start of the year, historically it's been celebrated for over 3,500 years. I actually did some fun math today, and it would be year 3523. And so some fun info to have. It really predates religion, and so it's the new year. I grew up celebrating really the only holiday that we really celebrated through and through over my childhood and growing up. So I'm naturally very excited about it. And spring in of itself, it's such a beautiful energy, great time of year. So add Nowruz celebrations to that and even more fun and joy. So super exciting. Let's get into today's topic. I know that last week I shared that I was going to use this episode to share all my manifestation stories, but to be quite frank with you, I'm still recovering from my cold. I had a period where I thought I'd been better for like a couple days, and I wasn't 100%. I just thought, okay, I'm fine. I'm like on the mend. I have a lot more energy. And then I got hit even worse than initially. And so today is like probably one of the days where I'm feeling the best out of the prior days. I have more energy, but I don't want to push it. So I'm going to keep it more concise with sharing with you a more spring themed episode. I'm thinking we can use this conversation to chit chat a bit and really focus this episode on the theme of spring and start of a new year based on Earth time. And so really embracing a new season. So I want to share some tips and chat on what you can do to start off spring on a positive note, feeling propelled forward, feeling positive new energy, feeling really the excitement of the earth renewal. I think what I love about this season is that everything is regenerating, everything is renewing. Spring continues to show us again and again that you just have to start again. Every single day is a new opportunity, a new chance, and spring really symbolizes all of that. You see flowers growing, you see all the cherry blossoms, and it is the birds chirping. The days get longer. Really, the reason why it's called the vernal spring equinox is because it's the day when nighttime and daytime are the exact same amount. And then moving forward from this day on, the days get longer. And so we're definitely approaching summer. It's a great time to really reflect and ask yourself, okay, how am I doing on the goals that I set at the start of the year, at the start of 2024? And have I taken action on them? Have I basically made any movement? And if the answer is that you finding yourself feeling stuck, that maybe you did start and then you stopped, you weren't able to maintain consistency or momentum, or maybe, you did see progress and then for one reason or another, you stopped doing what you were doing. Maybe you feel held back and you don't know why. Like there is an underpinning kind of mute reason as to why you feel like you're not taking action. And if that's the case for you, then I want to encourage you and share with you that it really is one of the reasons why it helps to have a coach. Most people that I know who are doing a significant amount and or making big changes do have someone that helps them in terms of accountability, in terms of staying on track, and maybe in terms of even seeing things that is not really visible to you. And so working with a coach is one thing that can help you. And so I'm taking new clients right now. I would love to help you on your journey, whether it is to help you from start to finish on your journey in terms of keeping you accountable, helping you dig deep to figure out what is it that's holding you back from achieving what you're setting out to. What is it that's stopping you from taking action? Or maybe you're taking action, but you're not consistently doing so. We can dig deep into all of that. We can rewire any limiting beliefs, really dissolve them from the root so that you can continue to take action and show up more consistently towards whatever it is your goal is. I can help create a solid structure and plan for what you're setting out to do and help you in achieving that so that you have someone with you from start to end. So if this sounds like something that interests you, send me a message and let's get started. Let's chat. I can share with you what I have available in terms of time slots, in terms of offerings, like what's included in my package, so that you can see if it's a good fit for you. And also look at my personalized offerings. Like, there are so many ways to go about the things that we want to get done, but there are also proven ways. There are ways that I've been able to help clients. I've been able to see transformations, and I want to help you do the same. I want to help you get the things that you want to get done. And it really moves me and inspires me, and I'm so excited to have the tools to be able to do that. And I want to help you get there. So let's move on to the things that I wanted to share with you for today. And number one thing I suggest doing to start off this season, to start off spring, to start off this brand new season is set your intention. Really become clear as to what it is you want to do more of in this coming season. What do you want to experience more of? We hear the word intention a lot, right? And I want to clarify that what I believe they mean is how we go about what we go about. It's more so the attitude, the values that we have towards our goals and what we're trying to achieve. So really, I want to encourage you to think about what matters to you. How do you want to feel on a day-to-day basis? So for instance, you want to feel more creative. Do you want to feel more positive, more optimistic? Do you want to be more open-minded? If so, then your intention can be that I want to be more open-minded towards my work, or I want to embrace a positive mindset towards everything that I approach, towards anything that I initiate. So really, your intention should be framed positively so that it's bringing more of what you want into your life versus what you're trying to avoid. So, being really specific and at the same time open-ended will help you in terms of being able to apply your intention to your daily life for the next few months, spring season, and the months to come. And it's something that you can ideally apply through your days. You want to live each day with more gratitude, that you want to have more compassion, that you want to be kinder, that you want to have more of a growth mindset, that you want to be more positive in your tone of voice when you're talking about something challenging with someone. It can be so many different things, right? But creating that intention really adds that level of mindfulness to your day-to-day life that is really required for us to grow individually. I feel like everything in our growth journey kind of comes down to our ability to be mindful in the moment when things are triggering us, when things are happening that push us to say something or do something or behave in a way that may not align with our values or with our authentic self, versus it's more so like out of ego or a mask or, something that we've been behaviorally kind of programmed to do because that's what we've done in the past when we were younger, when there's just so much programming that we each have. And so being mindful is really the key to being intentional. And I think the beauty of adding intentions into your life is that more about being simple and adaptable versus achieving perfection, right? We don't have to be perfect at bringing our intention into our day-to-day life, but it's about adding more awareness and purpose into our lives. And so be patient and kind with yourself in doing this and have fun with it. Reminds me of when we were talking about our word of the year and our vision for the year. And so really consider what is your vision? And this is where my goal setter guide is really helpful, the 360 guide. And I sell it on my Stan Store. I'm offering it as a gift for free to anyone that fills out a quick survey regarding my coaching, which is intended to help me improve my offerings, improve the content I create, and the information that I share with you guys. So it would mean so much to me. It'd be super, super helpful. And I hope that you find value in completing it by receiving my goal setter as a token of thank you. You can also opt in for a coaching call instead, for a free coaching call where we can talk about anything that you want to, that you feel stuck on, Or you can opt in to receive a Venmo where you can go buy your preferred beverage, whether it's a matcha, tea, coffee on me. But just let me know what you prefer. I appreciate your time in completing this, and I hope it's a great incentive too. And of course, your information and the details you share will be anonymous and it won't be shared with anyone, just solely for the purpose of bettering the content and the packages that I offer and the educational courses that I'm creating. Anyway, let's get back into what I was just talking about. Setting your vision, setting your intention for the spring, for the season. I want to encourage you to journal on these questions, maybe pause and ask yourself and really think about it. Ask yourself, what do I want to experience more of? What do I want to stop doing? What are things I'm doing that aren't serving me? What do I want to full on stop? What do I want to do less of? Maybe I can't really completely stop doing these things, but I can do less of them. So maybe it's dietary, maybe it's behavioral, maybe it's consuming less social media. Maybe it's like consuming less sugar or carbonated drinks. For me, it's like a personal development thing. It's less self-doubt, less self-judgment. Whatever that might be for you, right? Like you choose what that is. What do I want to keep doing? What have I been doing that's been helping me that I want to continue? And what do I want to do more of? What am I doing that I feel like I can be better at? Maybe I could do more of to improve my life. Maybe this is working out. Maybe this is walking. Maybe you've been walking outside 3 times a week and now you're like, you know what? I want to do that 5 times a week. Or I've been going for 10 minutes. I'm going to increase that to 30 minutes. What do I want to start doing? What are things that really I've been putting off that would be important to me? I'll give you an example for me. I want to start going to more in-person yoga classes, and I want to get back into my exercise routine because it has become a lot more inconsistent than it used to be. It used to be I used to work out every single day and kind of got out of that over the winter, like December, January, and like I just really need to get back into it. It's now March and I've been better, but I still want to improve. So I want to start going into more studios. I've stopped going to studios for some time, and that sounds really nice to me. That feels like what I need to do to up-level my practice and up-level my presence, getting to know more people. There's just many reasons why I want to go to more studios, and so that's one thing I want to start doing. Ask yourself these questions and reflect on them. The next thing I really suggest doing is something I actually shared on my Sunday Tea newsletter on my Substack. If you're not on it, it's sundaytea.substack.com. You can access prior Sunday Teas and catch up if you'd like. There's fun tidbits of reflection, insight, and actionable tips for each week. So something that I suggested doing for the Sunday Tea is spring cleaning, of course, right? It's like it's the perfect time to really scientifically or psychologically proven that it does impact our energy levels when our space is cluttered versus organized, that we tend to experience less anxiety and pressure and stress. And so it is extremely valuable to declutter your space, but also from a mental space, what I don't think we hear enough is that having a cluttered workspace is like our brain's way of self-sabotaging by procrastinating toward taking action on our goals and things that we need to do. Because we're almost reinforcing to ourselves that, oh, I need to do this before I can take that action. Oh, like I need to clean before I go on a run. Oh, I need to organize before I go grocery shopping or meal prep or whatever it is for you. Because you're putting that prerequisite for cleaning out there, not cleaning gives you the permission to procrastinate, to delay action. And so I do see that a lot in terms of people being like, oh, well, I need to really put my clothes away, but, never really doing that because that would mean you have to take action in other areas in your life. So organizing our space can effectively reset our environment, and it reduces the cognitive load that we put on our minds. It allows us to concentrate better and more efficiently and more effectively, because really decluttering is empowering and it provides us a sense of control and accomplishment. So I highly suggest spring cleaning into your weekend schedule one of these weeks. It just feels so much better in terms of productivity, better energy, and just feeling organized. This gives us a sense of accomplishment. And so the same goes with cleaning up our mind space. I mean, I know that I'm not alone. I know we all have so many things run through our minds throughout the day, and some things really don't deserve to live in our head rent-free. Like, thoughts, worries, things that aren't necessarily factual. We may not have a lot of evidence. We may have had beliefs by other people planted in our mind that just tend to eat at us. They deplete our energy and they distract us from things that are really important to us. So I wanted to share a quick exercise on what you can do to let this go. So grab a piece of paper and write down your biggest worries, like everything that comes up. Just write it down. Write down your fears, write down anything that is really taking up space in your mind, and really dig into it. Like, write down, like, why do I feel this way? And then why? And then why? Just keep prompting that until you really can't answer why anymore. Once you feel like you've gotten to the root, really consider if it's valid, if it's true, if it's accurate. Are they the assumptions? Do you have evidence of them? And then really write down any breakthroughs that you have from that, and then destroy that piece of paper. There is a lot of power in dumping what's in your mind on paper and facing it, and not shying away from it, because I think a lot of times we're afraid of giving what we don't want, what we're worried about, what we fear energy, but we give them more energy by suppressing them, because they're subconsciously taking space by like trying to keep it underneath the surface, like trying not to allow it to, take space in our lives. We're actually giving it energy without intending to. And so what happens is when we write things down, we're able to release them. We're able to let them go. We're able to logically assess their validity and like be analytical about it in a way. And then just tear up that paper, let it go. And by way of doing that, just choosing to release it, choosing to allow it to no longer have power in your life. And then, some other things that I would highly suggest is, considering that it's spring. I don't know if you have a yard or, I know some of us live in the city and so we don't have access to gardening. What I want to share though is that one of my favorite Nowruz traditions is growing sabzeh sprouts in our homes to symbolize renewal and rebirth. And I think it's such a fun way and a beautiful practice to teach us patience and consistency and perseverance, and not to unplant a seed just because we don't see it growing within a day or two, right? And in the context of what I want to share in this is that we can use that sabzeh that we can grow in our homes to show us, metaphorically, the idea of how long it takes for us to actually instill new habits and projects on our personal growth and development journey. So if you don't do it physically, and just FYI, the process of doing it can be super easy and fast, because you can just plant. You can grow sabzeh from lentil seeds, from wheat. There's barley, from various seeds, but there's a easy how-to guide that I shared on my Sunday Tea newsletter this past week. Feel free to check out the Sunday Tea. I'll link it in the show notes, but it's a really fun way to set a new intention and project, or a new goal, or something that you want to take on as a new habit, and watch how you make progress and how you water the seeds how it actually takes time for the sprout to come through, how it takes time for it to grow, and that you have to be consistent in watering it, and by doing so, taking action towards whatever goal or intention you put out there consistently in order to see results. It's a really fun way to see physically how things take time in nature and how our actions also take time, and that how much we really gain through consistency, the lessons we learn, how much we grow, and better we get. The better we get is what I meant. Other things that I want to encourage you to do is take advantage of the spring energy. Go out there and see wildflowers. Maybe plan a hike. Maybe make it your goal to go on outside walks now that the weather's getting warmer. Or if you're close to national parks, plan a trip so you can spend time in nature. And I don't know, I remember when I lived in Manhattan, I loved spring because it just meant there were flowers all over the city. There is so many beautiful parks that you can go for cherry blossoms and, doing picnics at Central Park or different parts of the city. It's just the city becomes so much more alive, like exponentially more alive in the spring. And so it's just a really great time to see about your schedule. How can I create this ideal schedule so that I can be outside more, so that I can enjoy this new beginning that comes with this season? And I'm sure there's local events and festivals and things in your area, and there's so many different ways to make use of this season, whether it's going to museums, art galleries. I just wanted to really share this episode to inspire you to do some fresh intention setting, to think of what are things you can do this spring to bring in fresh new energy into your life. And I hope the questions that I shared help you do that. I am going to go rest because my headache is really coming on full force. I don't want to skip. I just thought I could do a short mini episode to welcome spring with you, to inspire you to take some action towards making some changes, because change gets to be fun and exciting and things get better. And it's up to us to get things to get better through the actions and intentions that we make. And so anyway, I'm wishing you a beautiful, beautiful season, a beautiful spring filled with abundance, filled with prosperity. By the way, if you're not familiar with Nowruz and the traditions, I shared a post on my Instagram yesterday, which in the caption, it provides like this whole in-depth detail as to what the culture entails of the celebrations. It is close to 2 weeks long. It's 13 days to be exact. It is such a beautiful tradition. I share the half scene and what that table symbolizes. It's a table that we set up, has items starting with 7 S's, and really it's a table that symbolizes and portrays love, affluence, wisdom, patience, prosperity, wealth, abundance, eternity, reflection, enlightenment. There's just so much, good over evil, and you can learn about what each item on the table really symbolizes and stands for. And I hope that you're able to also soak up this beautiful regenerative spring energy. And I'm sending you so much love. Let me know how you're doing. Let me know what you want to hear more of. I promise that I'll have that new episode on my manifestations. Feel free to reach out to me anytime. I hope that this resonated with you. Feel free to share it with anyone else that you want to cultivate this new spring energy. I'm sending you so much love. Until next time, thank you.